Fourth and final hour of three-man front. Landry, Pat, Conrad, and Molly. So glad you're with us, whether you're listening in Jocks Mobile, they're in Montgomery, up in North Alabama, anywhere with the Jocks app or watching us on YouTube, they're on Jocks TV. We appreciate your participation each and every day. Appreciate Curtis Fitzpatrick in the first hour, Brian Edwards as well, Chris Stewart, voice of the Tide, Scott Hamilton. All of that is available at the Three Man Front podcast at jocksfm.com. Tell you about our friends at Prize Picks every single day. It's because Prize Picks is the best place to win cash while watching sports. You can join millions of users and sign up today. Prize Picks is simple to play. You just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. Typically, we go 2 players on this show. But 2 to 6 player stat projections. If you get your picks right, you can cash in. Now, it's really simple. Download the app, the Prize Picks app. You're going to use code WJOX when you sign up. That's going to give you $50 in bonuses in lineups after you play that first $5 lineup. You don't even have to win to get the $50 bonus. That's code WJOX. Get the $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. We are going, because we don't have football tonight, we're going professional baseball. Good with the Braves, trying to win their 5th straight as they take on the Nats. Hurston Waldrop, who was roughed up the last time that he was out, I think he has a bounce-back game. More or less for Hurston Waldrop of 5 strikeouts. I'm going to go more. I think that he strikes out at least 6 Washington Nationals, so we'll go there. And another game, Padres' Nick Pivetta taking on the Mets, 5.5 strikeouts. I'm going to go more with Nick Pivetta. So if he gets 6, Hurston Waldrop gets 6. I'm a winner. You can be a winner too. Download the app today and make sure you put in code WJOX to get that $50 bonus. Prize Picks, it's good to be right.
So earlier this morning on the SEC teleconference, a couple of injury updates. First off, for the Auburn Tigers, Damari Alston, he was at practice this morning. He was a full participant, according to Hugh Freeze, so that's good news for the Auburn running game. This was not on the SEC teleconference, but the ESPN is reporting that there's optimism now around the status of South Carolina quarterback Lenora Sellers for the game at Missouri. It's interesting because the point spread yesterday was 13.5 for Missouri. It is now down to 10, as now there's speculation that Lenora Sellers, who has been at practice, that he will be able to go against the Missouri Tigers coming up on Saturday night. Later this afternoon, the NCAA's Division I Administrative Committee, they will meet this afternoon, and they are expected to approve the change to a single transfer portal window for an FBS football. Those dates will be January the 2nd through 11th. So that is something that a lot of coaches, they've been clamoring about. It's been suggested. And so now the Administrative Committee of Division I Athletics at the NCAA, they're meeting this afternoon, and the expectation is, Landrum, that they will approve the change to that single transfer portal window.
Does anybody let Ohio State's Ryan Day know? Not going to be happy.
No, probably not. A really good start to the television season for college football. It was reported yesterday that the Georgia-Tennessee game drew 12.6 million viewers. It peaked at almost 16 million viewers in overtime, but it averaged around 12.6 million. The other top games from the weekend, you had Florida at LSU. That was garnered a 7.6 million audience. Meanwhile, the end of the Georgia Tech Clemson game was at 4.8 million. Bama, Wisconsin was 4.5 million. And the Friday night game between Colorado and Houston drew almost 3 million. That's really good for a Friday night. No word yet on the probably a really huge audience for the Notre Dame Texas A&M game that was on NBC. But as far as the ESPN, ABC family of networks, Tennessee, Georgia peaked at 15 million folks. So,
and the fine folks at CBS got to enjoy USC and Purdue.
And wasn't there like a huge weather delay in that game?
Yeah.
I wonder if CBS is having buyer's remorse.
Oh, surely not.
What kind of number do you think Florida and Miami gets?
See, if
Same
Georgia,
as it would have been?
see, and that's where I'm saying, like, I don't know, maybe 9 or 10 million. It won't be Georgia Tennessee level, I don't think. Now, barring a fourth quarter, it's all tied up and Florida looks like they're going to pull off the upset, and then you have a bunch of people that chime in for the last 30 minutes.
This is interesting. I just saw finally a number for Notre Dame, Texas A&M, and it's shocking. It was only 6.2 million.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It was the third most watched college football game of week 3.
Man,
That's shocking. And it was a fantastic.
Oh, it was a
football
great game.
That's
But to be fair, last week as we're going through our conversations, I'm not just talking about Auburn and Alabama. Nationally, that was a game that we really weren't talking about.
Yeah, fair. It got overshadowed by some
It
other
did.
stuff for us.
Not just us, nationally. People were pointing at, of course, Georgia and Tennessee, LSU, and Florida. We probably had more conversation. It was brought up to us more on Vanderbilt and South Carolina than it was Texas A&M going to Notre Dame.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So somehow it just got lost in the shuffle. I don't know if it hurt Notre Dame already having a loss.
I mean, so far, and maybe you guys think that we have just a better slate of games, but ABC's coverage that they're putting a lot of the top-notch SEC games on, they're up 41% from this year to last year.
It's pretty good.
But I was surprised about that number for Notre Dame because it's still Notre Dame. It was a good game.
Yeah.
And you're playing a team from Texas.
I was about to say, it's a
in the
top
SEC.
25 matchup. Yeah.
But maybe enough people, well, as witnessed, more people were tuned in to watch DJ Lagway throw 5 interceptions in Baton Rouge.
You just can't beat that SEC on SEC matchup.
Well, the 6:30 game on NBC Peacock this week, Illinois and Indiana.
I don't think that's going
What
to
do
draw
you think that number's going to draw?
That's not going to be 6.2 million.
2 million?
Wow.
By the way, Brian Edwards, he likes Illinois in that game.
He does.
I like Indiana at home.
I just can't believe we're going to have to watch that game.
This is only the 75th time that these two teams have ever played each other.
Did you say the 75th time?
Yeah. No, think about that. You got two teams, two states right next to each other. They've been in the Big Ten for 1,000 years, and they've only played 75 times. That's just really odd.
It is odd.
You're double checking me now.
It goes
aren't
back
you?
to that stat of Tennessee has not played a knock.
Go ahead,
for
double check me,
Mississippi.
Conrad.
How long?
No, I'm not double checking that. I'm looking at how many times have Michigan and Ohio State played each other, you think?
Couldn't even garner a guess. I have no idea.
120.
120.
I was going to say 900.
That was close.
Hey, double check me. Now you got me wondering if I just spouted off a stat that I was incorrect.
Let's see. You said 75?
I did.
The previous stat is under review.
This says at least 75 times. It's AI. It says 70, at least 75. Their first matchup was in 1899.
Let's get together out by the train trestles. It's not going to count. That's fine.
Now you're going to make me look it up.
It's 75.
Is it?
Well, or is this? Yeah, this is the 75th time. Yes.
Oh, I imagine. Okay, well, I was wrong. Sorry. I apologize.
They've only played 74 times.
They played
Pat.
74 times.
Jesus.
I'm sorry. My apologies to my teammates and the listening audience. I was off by one game.
It changes everything.
See, this is weird though. Like they have these weird gaps where, so they didn't play between 2013 and 2022. They played one time in that 10-year span, and then in the 90s, they didn't play They took a 5-year break from 90 to 95.
Because both schools forgot they had football teams.
Yeah, it's weird. And then there's a couple years in the 70s they didn't play. Yeah, it's weird.
They were not in the same Legends and Leaders Conference or whatever the crap it was called back then.
Please tell me this has some stupid moniker to it.
Oh, like the rivalry name?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we got the Iron Skillet game this weekend, right? Between TCU and SMU. Final time that these two teams are going to play each other.
Yeah.
It does not have a unique nickname.
Really? Which games, Molly, does Nebraska have goofy names for?
I know Nebraska, Iowa is the Heroes game. And then, Nebraska, we're a newer Big Ten team, so we don't have as many as the funny names. Like Paul Bunyan's axe and stuff like that. The Land Grant Trophy, that's another one. Florida Rosedale.
What do they call it? The Heroes game with Iowa?
Mm-hmm. Why do they call it that?
Yeah.
I think every year, like, they honor a Husker and an Iowa Hawkeye that's like first responder, that sort of thing. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just trying to come up with a clever name for this game. Can't do it.
Between Iowa and,
Illinois and Indiana. Yep. Maybe you call it the passing the time before basketball season. Maybe you used to do that. You can't do that anymore with Indiana. Their football program's actually
The
better.
Battle of the SEC haters?
Well, I like it because when I Googled, what's the Illinois-Indiana rivalry have a name, and it says, no, these two highly competitive college basketball programs do not have a name for their rivalry.
That's funny. Brett Bielema has an opportunity to slay the giant that is Kurt Signetti this weekend. It's going to be epic.
I don't know who I want to win less.
Well, Brian Edwards
Probably
loves
Bert.
him some Illinois.
He does. Look, to keep him out of the college football playoff, they need to lose this one.
It's a good point.
It's a good start. You look at the rest of their schedule.
And I'll say this for Indiana, right? If they win this game, this is by far the most impressive win they had the last couple of years. So, I would take them more seriously if they win this game. Because he didn't have a game like this last year.
No.
And, well,
I don't think who was their most impressive win? It was just the way that they won. I
Yeah,
would
it was
say
they beat everybody by like 40
They beat the
plus.
brakes off of Nebraska. Molly, she knows. But
I try to forget.
that was an impressive win in the way in which they won. The game versus Washington, that was not an easy game. Didn't they have to play that with a backup quarterback because Rourke was out with a hand injury?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think you're right. Yeah, their most impressive win last year was probably they beat Michigan 20-15.
Oh, that's right.
Because other than that, it's Purdue, Michigan State. You mentioned Washington. That's a solid win.
And that was a Michigan team that went on to beat Alabama in the bowl game.
Thank you. I'd forgotten about that.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
just reminder.
It's okay. Thank you for the reminder.
We will read your texts. We'll take your phone calls. 1-800-239-WJOX.
116 three-man front. Illinois taking on Indiana. That is your primetime NBC Peacock game. I tell you guys, my wife purchased us Peacock.
I love Peacock. I use it a lot.
You
What do
watching
you
the
use
paper?
it for?
Yeah.
You
What
watching
do
the paper? What
yeah.
do you think? Is it the way I
good.
described to you?
Yeah. I mean, it's
It's a knockoff of The Office, right?
it's made by the same guy. Yeah, it's not as good as The Office. It's still entertaining.
What else on Peacock should I be? Because I scrolled through and there was nothing that.
I watch The Office, Parks and Rec, Modern Family, and now the Paper Show,
Okay.
and that's it. And then Paige watches like reality TV on there.
I like all of those shows.
St. Regis is pretty good.
They have some good movies on,
Like
like
St. Regis.
actually decent movies.
That's
on there.
another comedy on Peacock.
Okay.
I'll have to check that out.
So you're
It's
saying
based in a
it's
hospital.
okay.
Yeah, I like Peacock. I use it a lot.
I'm in. Quickly, but that game coming up on Peacock on Saturday night, there's no silly name that we get with a lot of these Big Ten. It seems like it's always the Big Ten.
Of course.
It's always the Big
Yeah.
Ten. Like the football game was not interesting enough, so let's name it something. A lot of great suggestions coming in. Illinois and Indiana in that football game. What it should be called. Dan says I call it boring. It's gotten better.
Fair.
Call it the Pacifier Bowl. Good. A lot of whining from the coaches. Call it the armpit game because you feel like you're in the armpit of the country while
That's-
driving through Indiana or Illinois. Ken, thank you.
That's good.
I actually think Indiana's a little bit more scenic than Illinois.
Yeah, but you have Chicago.
Oh, that's scenic. The Battle of the Eyes. It literally sells itself. Think about it. That's really good, Jamie. But the winner might be, how about an eye for an eye?
I mean, that's perfect. The fact that
Yeah.
if they don't have a trophy made by Saturday night and they start calling it that this weekend, then they're missing an opportunity. It's a perfect name.
Two different listeners reminding us that Peacock has the Office super fans with extra scenes. Highly recommended.
Yes, director's cut of all the episodes. Very highly recommended.
So those are the ones that were politically incorrect that they scrapped right before they went to air?
Yeah, a lot of them, and there's a lot of just
in.
extra. Yes, yes.
I'm in. How much extra do I have to pay for that?
No, it's part of the membership.
That's how much I've explored it. I scrolled through it and I was like, "Babe, why are we paying for this?"
Now, Oscar is
I
a
watch
part
that
of
every
the
day.
paper.
Yes, Oscar from The Office is a character in the paper.
Playing Oscar?
Yes.
Correct.
Yep.
The first scene of the first episode is actually in Scranton, Pennsylvania, as they set the scene for the new show.
How much is Peacock per month? Is it $10.99?
I don't know. I got it
Sure.
for like $1 for a whole year,
I think it's $9.99.
like last year. They were having a sale. I said, why not?
It's a great. I mean, I have Hulu I pay 99 cents a month for Hulu.
That's not bad. There's some things I want to watch on Hulu. We have so many streaming.
I was about to say, Paige and I are really bad. We have, I mean, everything just about. So.
Once a year, I filter it all out. I'm like, we're not watching this enough. And then sure enough, we get back to football season and we've replaced everything that we eliminated. I say we.
So I mentioned earlier that this was I misspoke. I said it was this. They played 75 times. They played 74 times.
Thank you, Pat.
Thanks, Pat.
Roger Patrick Myers on Twitter tweeted into the show, and he pointed out that Alabama and Auburn have only played 85 times.
What are we doing?
Thank you, RPM.
They played 89 times, not 85 times. And the reason why it's so odd to me is because unlike the legislature in the state of Alabama, who had to make Alabama and Auburn play each other again, there was a long period of time where Alabama and Auburn did not play each other. That's not the case between the states of Indiana and Illinois. And both of those teams been proud members of the Big Ten Conference before the Big Ten swelled to 18 teams. So, just saying.
Landrum, check out the show called Based on a True Story on Peacock. It's a very good show. Thank you. I'll check it out. You know, a series that I started randomly that I never watched while it was on TV and I'm getting it off HBO Max. West Wing.
My parents used to watch that. Yeah.
It's a great show.
Really well done.
Aaron Sorkin. He's an
Yeah.
excellent writer.
See, I feel like there's shows like that when I was a kid that seemed so boring to me that now would probably be fascinating. Like I felt the same way with Mad Men. My dad loved Mad Men when I
Yeah.
was growing up, but as a 10-year-old kid,
No.
it's the most boring thing in the world to me. But I would love. I feel like if I watched it now, I'd probably love
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Same with West Wing. West Wing was what, early 90s through.
Yeah, sounds right.
Hey, he'd like Mad Men.
You'd like Mad Men.
Now that you're
Yeah.
a young adult.
I mean, I have a general idea of some of the. They're all very high character people, right? High morals.
You will lose
There was-
count to the
There was
the women John Hamm was involved with.
there
in that
was
show.
never a bad time to pour you a neat glass of scotch on that show.
And have a cigarette.
Yep. Smoke anywhere.
Well, that's how I live my life every day, anyway. So
2 scotches before coffee in the meeting.
Mm-hmm.
You guys should watch Grand Crew on Peacock. And Conrad, who should I start this weekend fantasy? Keon Coleman or Devontae Adams? That's dudes from Inslee.
Devontae Adams.
There you go.
That could have been a good opportunity for you to remind everybody about Conrad's Fantasy Corner tomorrow.
Thank you, Pat, for reminding everybody that tomorrow we will do Conrad's Fantasy Football Corner, where I will try to give you advice. And I won this week, and I had
Oh, you did win. How'd
the
you do,
highest
Molly?
scoring team in my
I
league.
lost.
So.
Is that a guy?
I have Joe Burrow
Dead
on my
gummit
team.
Molly. Turf toe.
What is wrong, Molly?
I'm so mad at him.
What, for the turf toe?
You're
For
so
the turf
mad
toe?
at Joe Burrow.
Yes, I'm so mad at Burrow.
You're not having a very good season.
Hey, everyone
No,
likes
I'm
to
not.
say that Tua's made of glass. I'm just saying.
You calling him Glass Joe?
Now, obviously, he's much better than Tua when he's healthy, but I mean, he's had a rough injury
He has.
streak in his career,
He plays the piano.
He does.
He'll have more time to work on that.
and he spends a lot of time with his parents. Maybe too much time.
No, he's a family guy. What was the game where was it Mississippi State where LSU was playing them and they pulled his pants down trying to tackle him? We got the moon shot on TV.
Yeah. I don't remember.
I don't know why I remembered
I
that.
don't remember who that was. That's a good memory. I'd forgotten about that.
The flyover bowl for Illinois, Indiana. Crimson Convict says points are optional cup. That's good. And Mike asks, is Joe Burrow the new Andrew Luck?
I would say that Joe Burrow. This might be a hot take. I think Joe Burrow is a little bit better than Andrew Luck was. I mean, they're both fantastic. Don't get me wrong, but I just hope he doesn't retire like Andrew Luck did.
Someone saying he spends too much time with a stylist.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, that was in the show. Yeah,
And someone else chiming in, bro needs an O-line.
that's fair
Yeah.
as well.
There's no money left.
No, there's not because they're paying him, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins like $300 million.
Joe Burrow has missed 20 NFL games and Tua has missed 15.
Boom.
That text rolling in.
Thank you, whoever found that stat.
How many Super Bowls has Tua played in?
Pat, he's never going to play in a Super Bowl. He's not as good as I make him out to be. In my
Of those
head.
games, though, how many does Tua actually remember?
Ooh.
Wow.
Wow.
Does
Less
he even
than
remember
half.
that he played at Alabama?
Oh no.
Hmm.
Those are legitimate questions.
We're
by
being
the
too
way.
hard on my guy.
Is this real? Somebody just texted in. Did y'all see Georgia's doing a blackout for the Bama game?
Yes. Oh man, that would be awesome.
Come on.
I don't think they're actually doing
I
that.
doubt that.
But that would be amazing. They're not going to do that.
Alan says bring on Peyton Thorne for Cincinnati.
Oh, he is.
Molly, you got to grab Peyton Thorne?
He is on their
No.
practice squad, isn't he? He might be on their roster now.
Matt from Pell City, waiting for Tua to throw right-handed. 205-834-9450.
It's been rough for him, okay? It's going to get better. Not going to get better.
It's not.
I don't think so.
Poor guy.
I know. He was so good for that year and a half that he was healthy.
I'm worried. just worried about his well-being, and I mean that, and I'm being sincere when I say that. But am I more worried about his well-being than Tua's worried about his own well-being?
Well, I mean,
it feels like that a lot of times.
We talked about it last year. I mean, I thought he should have retired last year. Seriously. I mean, he is one more hit away, it feels like, from some serious long-term health problems. So hopefully that doesn't happen. But
what will happen is questions that Pat has devised. Who knows what's in them? We'll try to answer them. Pat ponders on the way next. .133 man front. Pat comes up with questions. We try to answer those questions. This is a segment we call Pat Ponders.
I want to know what you're thinking. Tell me what's on your mind.
It's time for Pat Ponders.
Brought to you by Courtesy GMC out in Trussville. Get by and see them. Best deals you're going to find anywhere in the Southeast on any new GMC vehicles. Right there in Trussville off of I-459, exit 32 in Trussville. All right, question number one. In the last 12 years, an average of 16 coaches have been fired or resigned during that college football season. 2 have already been shown the door, and we're only in week 4. Are you guys taking the over of the average of 16 per the cycle or the under of 16 for this college football season?
Let me look real quick at something. This will just help me kind of break it down.
I think just and Landrum might find some good numbers on this, but I feel like just off the top of my head or my gut feeling is now, just in the era of college football you live with, coaches have a shorter leash than they ever have before, it feels like. I mean, I feel like you'd have to take the over.
Unless they got a crazy buyout.
Yeah.
Fair.
And that's where it works in
Fair.
reverse order.
I'm
So
gonna
I'm
take-
looking at. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I
Mom.
was gonna say I'm gonna take the under for this one actually.
All right, and you said 16.
16 is the average. The last 12 years, the average number of coaches who have been fired or resigned under their own volition, average of 16 per season.
Yeah, I'm just going to say the average of 2 coaches per conference, Power 4 and Group of 5. I will go over.
Look at us, just a couple of pessimists.
Not me.
I'll go over.
Yeah, I know. Molly sees the good in the world. We
I
don't.
do.
But I think it's more changes at the lower level schools than it is the Power 4.
I don't hate that.
Right now, SEC, you say 1
2.
that you feel good about. You feel 2.
I think Pittman and Napier are going to be done.
Yeah.
So I gave you guys the average
Mhm.
for the last 12 years. 16, okay? But there were 30 that were fired, 32 that were fired in 2024 or resigned. You had 24 in 2023. You had 29 in 2022, only 17 in 2021.
Did you say 32 last year?
32.
That's crazy.
Ooh.
I might have to take the over then.
Well, Big Ten, so we've already had one coach
Yeah.
that's gone. UCLA's the Sean Foster.
Mm-hmm.
Northwestern coach, probably. Does Loxley survive?
Not if they're like a 4-8 football team or 5-7. I don't think so.
So that would be 3 from that conference alone. You said 2 from the SEC, so you're at 5 there.
We already had one in the SEC. Or ACC. Sorry.
So with the 2, well, one more, yeah. So that would be 6.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
all you
UCF
and
is
me
going
was-
to fire Scott Frost after this season, so that's 7, right,
Yeah.
Molly? I'll tell you what. If you had asked that question, 16 is the average. How many do you think got fired last year? I wouldn't have gotten close to 32.
No, neither would I.
Well, there were 32 complete changes.
Well, then there's coaches like Mike Gundy. Does Oklahoma State, they decide to cut bait? It's a really big if. He's won a lot of games there, but ooh, it is.
I
it
feel
has
good about
turned
the
sour
over.
really quickly.
Yes, it has. Feel good about the over.
All right, question number 2. The Irish government and organizers are expected to approve a plan this week to continue the Week 0 college football game through 2037.
Did you read this in your newspaper that you
Yeah,
subscribed
the
to?
Irish Times.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. The game draws over 20,000 Americans every year, and it is set to host TCU and North Carolina next year. So it had me thinking, and I'm going to give you some options here, which is most likely to happen by next year's game in Dublin. Jordan and Bill will be married. Jordan will be pregnant. Bill Belichick will have retired. Which one of those 3 is most likely to happen before next year's Dublin game between TCU and North Carolina?
Belichick's not retiring.
Okay, so
I
him
don't
getting
even-
fired doesn't count,
No,
right?
no,
Okay.
that's not one of the options.
I don't-
It's
Dang.
Jordan and Bill are married, Jordan is pregnant, or Bill Belichick is retired.
These are all awful.
Yeah, I just don't.
Sorry,
I
you
don't
gotta
want
give
to
me an
think about
answer.
the whole pregnancy thing
I don't want to think about any. of
Okay,
it.
but Al Pacino,
because that would require follow-up questions.
I'm pretty sure Al Pacino got someone pregnant like last year, and he's 85.
yeah, but
So it's possible.
Well, yeah, it's possible. It's
Well,
always possible
yeah.
for a dude.
I mean, I know, but
Do you know that? Did you not go to health class?
There we
no,
go.
I know, but you know what I'm saying.
Changing the tire.
Yeah, he doesn't even know how the birds and the bees work.
Oh no.
I'm gonna add that to the list.
You
Yeah.
know what
You're
I'm
so
saying.
innocent and sweet.
I
Yeah,
know.
that's what happens when you grow up in Hayden.
Thought it was that stork that just came down.
I'm going pregnant. I think that's more likely than them being married or. I mean, I don't think any of those happen, but out of the 3,
Well, again, you're answering the question.
Yeah.
The question was, what is the most likely of these 3 things to happen prior to the TCU North Carolina game next year in Dublin? And
Yeah, we
you
got-
answered.
yeah, we got a
Now,
baby
what's your
Bill
answer?
on the way.
I'll go married.
I'm sticking with married too.
That's a quick turnaround. I feel like Jordan would want to have this elegant, like she would want to plan her wedding out meticulously.
Kind of like the Kelsey Swift wedding.
Correct.
All right, so you're
Golly.
going. She's
Pregnant.
impregnated.
Yeah.
And y'all are married. So they're not married and she's pregnant. Is that what that's what you're predicting?
Yeah, I mean, they're already living in sin, so.
Are you predicting that it's his?
That's a great caveat, actually.
That's why I didn't want to go pregnant. I have all kinds of extra questions.
That's horrible.
It is, well, you don't know.
Two
Maybe
people
it's
love each
not.
other.
They
I
love each
know.
other. Maybe they found a donor.
Maybe.
She wants a piece of Bill when he leaves, and, she
Where's
has
he going?
something.
You just said he's not retiring.
Well, no, I mean, when he passes away, but
Oh, you mean like when he dies?
I mean, she's got a lot of life left for her after he passes away. Let's be honest here.
Well, tomorrow is not given.
Well, yes.
All right, next question. Tom Brady is cashing in big time to play in the Saudi Arabia flag football tournament. So my question is, so why isn't he facing the same sports washing backlash that the LIV golfers did?
Because he's retired.
Teflon Tom.
And it's not.
Well, I think that
Phil Mickelson gets raked over the coals.
he does, but a lot of that has died down now that you had
Mhm.
kind of the let's play nice deal.
I guess, I mean, I get the whole like blood money idea of it, but I think with a lot of the golfers, right, it was you're abandoning your spot on the PGA for live golf. Whereas with Tom, he's already retired, so it's.
Is it just a one-time
Felt
thing?
like you were selling out America.
As
Yeah.
of this moment,
I mean,
supposedly.
really.
Yeah.
I'm with you, Conrad. There, it felt more like betrayal
Yeah.
as opposed to, well, it's Tom. And
Now, I did
He
see
wants to
this
still get
morning
out
that
there.
Katie Nolan has gone off on the NFL and Tom Brady. I know that shocks you.
what did Katie say?
She just ripped sports washing, the whole thing that
Oh.
you heard from, the live golfing situation.
Gotcha.
Like
Tom
Tom,
can
Tom
do-
needed the money.
Tom can do whatever he wants.
Tom's bored.
That's apparent
Yeah.
by sitting in the coach's box the other night.
He's trying to feel something again, yeah.
Now his ex-wife, she had the baby, right? With the
her
taekwondo
trainer.
dude.
Yeah, with her, yeah.
Wasn't that right?
Giselle? Yeah.
He was much younger than her, right?
I think so.
So it was like a reverse Belichick deal.
Well, it's not that big of a gap, Pat.
Yeah, it's not as big of a gap.
No,
but
he's
yes.
older than her.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
The taekwondo dude?
Oh, I thought you were talking about Tom and Giselle.
No,
I
I'm
don't know
talking
how
about
old the tiger.
No. Yeah, she got up with her trainer after they split.
Yeah.
Oh, I found him. I don't know what his age is.
What's
Did
his name?
Was it
Joaquin.
Moynihan that he had the baby with? Tom?
Bridget Moynihan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
What was she
the-
in?
The actress? Yeah.
She was in Blue Bloods. She was in a bunch of other movies.
Mhm.
Yeah, she's a good actress.
Oh, that would have.
He's 37, I think.
And she's what?
She's in her 40s.
42, 43?
Or actually, he might be 40 now. This was a couple years ago.
All right.
Oh,
All right, next question.
That she was in The Recruit. That was it. With Al Pacino.
Who just had another baby at 85. See a general theme developing here on this?
Colin Farrell. Yeah.
You can have kids when you're that old?
Yes, you can.
Learn something every
A,
day.
a woman can't.
Oh, thank you for clarifying.
Just want to let you
Well-
know that.
Unless we want to go Old Testament.
Next question.
Fair.
Yesterday, NBC gained approval from the NBA and the league's coaches to place a game analyst on each bench during the Peacock NBA broadcasts, rather than have them sit in their traditional spots next to the play-by-play announcers. So in other words, no more side court reporters in the NBA on the Peacock. So my question is, would it enhance your college football viewing to have the same game analysts replacing sideline reporters during the broadcasts.
No, I like the setup is the way it is now.
Yeah, I like sideline reporters.
I think it'd be interesting to do the analyst on the bench. And part of it, too, is I've always advocated for this, right? I've said I'd pay extra for this. You know, when they have players mic'd up and things like that and some of the things that you get to hear, I think having more access to that kind of content would be excellent. Now, it's a nightmare for the TV networks because obviously a lot of things are going to be said that they don't want aired.
Has anyone asked the analyst?
I would love that.
Because calling a game, analyzing a game from field level and not being able to be perched up top.
It would be difficult.
Yeah.
No.
So you would be okay
I would be a fan.
if Kirk Herbstreit was down on the field and there was no sideline reporter, but he was the one that was doing the game from the sideline.
Let's try it.
I think it's a good change up because you have so much back and forth between play-by-play and color analysts. It's nice to get a different voice that chimes in from the sideline.
Well, okay, go back a couple of weeks with the, what game were they calling? But where it was Cole and Tom Hart, and Jordan Rodgers wasn't there, and Cole was down there on the sidelines, essentially calling the game like he was up in the booth.
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting. I thought that was a cool, different dynamic.
I just don't know how many analysts would be in favor of doing that.
Yeah.
That was more out of necessity, right?
Yes, correct. But like you said, it could change the pace. Maybe.
Well, according to NBC, obviously, they're trying new things. So there will not be any side court reporters. There will be two analysts that will sit on the benches of the NBA teams. The play-by-play guy will be at midcourt. The analysts will be on the separate benches.
Basketball would be much easier to do, in my opinion, than football.
I was about to say, do you really need like the sideline people in basketball?
No, baseball is where the sideline people. That's always interesting. They do a playoff time.
Oh, they got sideline reporters knocking cameramen over now in Major League Baseball.
They sure do.
Come on, Ken.
That's today's Pat Ponders, brought to you by Courtesy GMC and Trustful. Don't forget about their kickoff sales event going on now, up to $15,000 off all new 2025 Sierra 1500s. Or how about the bigger Sierra 2500 HD, up to $12,000 off. Right now, they've got about 10 left. The Yukons, get out there, $5,000 off those vehicles, plus every new GMC there at Courtesy, the exclusive 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Check them out online at courtesybirmingham.com.
We've got a lot of texts, some of them having to do with Jordan and Belichick, and some directed at Conrad. We'll proceed with caution. Three-man front continues on Jocks. 148, three-man front. A lot of texts on the text line. We try to get to your text every single day. You take the time to text in. We try to take the time to read those texts. We will go there now, 205-834-9450. Josh has a recommendation. I think the venue, it'd be the natural setting between Bill Belichick and Jordan Hudson. It would be in P-Town.
Well, and you're all set for the honeymoon then, too.
Have it during a festive time of year. Mark says the Mafia covered for the Chiefs past several years. They stopped doing that in the last Super Bowl. They have a new team to cover. Stay tuned.
I'd watch your back if I was you, Mark. But I also assume your name's not actually Mark. If he's talking about the Mafia.
Rodney and Priceville, when I hear Don talk, all I hear is Leslie Jordan. Am I crazy, or do you hear it as I do?
I can hear it a little bit, yeah.
Tom Brady cannot be blamed for his decision-making. The Botox has seeped into his brain.
Yeah, he's gotten some work done.
Damian chiming in. Our own Damian Mitchell. In a span of 10 minutes, Conrad has fired Sam Pittman, put Tua in the ICU, put Belichick in the grave. Didn't know he was this pessimistic.
Sounds like 10 minutes of entertaining radio to me.
Florida State game, still beating him.
But Jordan was pregnant, though. He did predict
Well,
that.
yeah, I was about to say, I'm bringing life into the world as well. Eye for an eye, right?
Eye for an eye. Illinois, Indiana. 6:30. Peacock, Saturday. Be there. Max says, sideline reporters give me a rash. Stop them. Have an analyst sitting on your bench is going to be a nightmare. Conrad wasn't making this up.
Oh, yeah, I didn't click on that.
Well, Conrad didn't say it. You're talking about the blackout?
Yeah, somebody else had texted that in. I just said that I would welcome that if they did that. I mean, this is a Sports Illustrated story. Yeah, it says Georgia Bulldogs expected to be a blackout 20 minutes ago.
Our buddy is back. This is not about Ryan Williams, though.
Uh-oh.
He had a great one about Ryan Williams the other day.
He said if Jordan gets pregnant, Bill needs to probably get a DNA test. Yeah.
Did you like the one before that about? He was nice. He was congratulating Ryan Williams on the big game on Saturday.
I don't think Hayden High School had health class.
That's what I was saying in the break. Like, I apologize if I'm throwing a teacher under the bus that I forgot about, but yeah, I don't remember. Don't really remember.
Did you know that Crimson Convicts from Hayden? He just texted in.
I did not know that.
Interesting.
There's more people like that I've met, through the show or stuff that be, oh yeah, I grew up in Hayden or I lived there for a while. It's like, I'm impressed.
Jason, my wife hates Tua. She was big Jalen Hurts fan. She doesn't care that Tua won the national championship.
That's fair. My wife's more of a Jalen guy than a Tua guy or Tua girl.
Somebody asking this trivia question. Do you know who the only quarterback is that threw one left-handed and one right-handed pass, both for touchdowns in one game for Auburn?
I'm trying to think of a left-handed quarterback that might have accidentally thrown with his right hand as opposed to the other way around. I do not know. Do they have the answer? Or are they just asking the question?
Just ask the question.
Oh.
Would have been Brandon Cox, right?
Yeah.
Would have been a shuffle pass with the right.
Oh, wait. Is it Nick Marshall? Because I think this is one of those things where, right, he's scrambling with the football, had to switch hands, and then just like a little shuffle pass type thing with his other hand.
And then technically when you do like a pop pass or a sweep,
Yeah.
that's technically a pass because you're moving forward. What if you do it with your left hand and they go in for a touchdown?
It's a good point. I guess it would count.
Saybear texting in and asking, is it safe to assume that Conrad has looked to YouTube for Birds and Bees videos? Yes.
We catch him during breaks doing that. Remember that time we came in here and there was the two elephants on our screen? Remember
Yes.
that?
Oh, yeah.
And Conrad had it on between the commercial breaks.
Yep.
Well, it had the Alabama fight song in the background, so I thought it was going to be different.
Big Al was getting after it that day.
I didn't know Tusks could do that.
Someone's saying Bo Nix did. Right-handed, left-handed?
Okay.
Me and my buddy Ryan, not Buddy Ryan, but my buddy, Ryan, right? Think that Kentucky will beat Texas this year in football. Darren from Tennessee. Boy, please let that happen.
I don't know if I'm there yet, but I will say right now, if they were to line up and play tomorrow, I would take Vanderbilt over Texas.
I called that upset. I think I
Their
called
offense is horrible.
during the break. I said, get ready.
They almost beat them last year.
Almost had them last year.
Hey, people at Social Taco yesterday, they want you, if Georgia beats Alabama, to shave your head and allow Molly to paint the Georgia Bulldog on your skull.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
And wear shoulder pads with spikes coming out of them.
Yeah, you're not doing that? So you're...
And I just have to crawl around the studio and bark all day?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
That's going to do it for us. Thanks for joining us. God is great. Have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday.